What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. For those of you that are watching on the replay and those of you that are just starting to join in live, tonight we're going to be joined by Bryan Schmitt, MasterTech Expo founder, as he takes us on a live tour of the plan for the first ever MasterTech Expo. Now, there's been a lot of good questions coming in from you guys about the MasterTech Expo. I know we kind of want to go through all of them, and Bryan's going to clear up some of those questions, give us an overview of the show, and talk about some other exciting news along with the show, some new announcements. And along with all that, we also have a couple of special guests that are joining us tonight. Right, Bryan?
We do. And hey, welcome, Mark. Happy New Year. I hope you had a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. So we've got a couple really cool guests. I don't want to kind of give it away just yet, but I think that we'll have some fun and just kind of walk you guys through some of the major questions that we've had come up over the last few months. Like Mark said, we want to help you guys kind of understand your experience. Some of you guys have already registered. Some of you guys are thinking about coming, and we just want to kind of paint the picture for you and let you know what's going on.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. I see that we already have 34 people that have joined in across the different platforms. Good to see you guys joining in. And like Bryan said, Happy New Year. For those of you that are joining in right now, just do us a quick favor and drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. And I see that people are already hitting the thumbs up button. We appreciate that as well. It always helps out these live streams. So once people start chiming in, we've already got some comments coming in. We've got David saying, let's get the party started.
Nice.
We've got some guys from Texas, Salt Lake City. So sometimes when it shows up Facebook user like that, that's because they're in the VIP group, the Mobile Solutions VIP group. So good to have those guys in here tonight. Archie says, hey guys, what's going on, Archie?
Nice.
We've got Jason Digos in the house.
JD.
Everyone is chiming in. We've got Austin, Texas, Goodyear, Arizona. We got the guys from Visions Upholstery. Maui. There you go.
All right.
Enjoying that horrible weather out there. Central California. Good to see all you guys. So Bryan, we've got 52 people in more already. More people are filtering in. You want to take it away?
Yeah. Hey, before we get going, we probably should just let everybody know maybe what's happened with School of Fab this year. I don't want to kind of speak too far ahead, but Mark and I are planning on doing some episodes, some monthly stuff. We've had some things come up that has delayed our schedule, but we do plan to do and continue School of Fab this year. So stay tuned to that. That is in the future, and we're excited to kind of bring it to you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely excited to get ramped back up into the new year with that. So
yeah, well, cool. Well, hey, let's just dive right into it real quick. If I think the best way to kind of articulate what's going on is the website. We've really tried to have this as a resource center, and I just want to kind of point out just a few things that we've really been doing over the past months. I think it's been a few months, is really trying to highlight the presenters, and I think that we all want this amazing experience. And for me, I've been to an attendee for lots of other shows, and I really want to know who's talking. I want to know who's speaking, what they're speaking about. So it's been our job to kind of create this, idea and concept of who's presenting and what they're going to be presenting on. And looks like my technology is frozen. But we have been doing weekly updates, and it's been really good as far as highlighting those persons. I'm gonna jump out of this real quick, Mark, and let's see if we can reboot my screen here so we can get that website to come up. It just seems to freeze whenever.
Hold on, I'll just add mine.
Okay, yeah, just to yours.
Okay.
Yours is probably faster. That's probably a better strategy. All right, so let's go to the news. And if you want to just kind of scroll down, Mark, this is, just some of the highlights. We've been doing this MasterTech news, and we've got some amazing presenters. This is Gary Springay and Wayne Harris, and this is called Deep Dive on Subwoofers, and it's in our Modern Tech track. This has been the last one we highlighted, and we'll have more. But and Gary has actually done trainings at our event, and I know some of you guys have seen him and even commented. He is awesome. He's an audio and electrical engineer. He's actually a Canadian, so and he's been in Arizona for many years. He used to work for Rockford, and he's co-doing this class with Mr. Wayne Harris. So if we scroll down just a drop, you can kind of see Wayne there. And Wayne is man, this guy is amazing. He's invented kind of DB drag racing and Term Pro and Term Lab, and has really pioneered that. But these two together are going to be teaching this class in the theater room, and it's going to be all about electrical kind of dynamics of subwoofers and power and kind of some myths out there, some live demos. It's going to be a lot of fun. And let's just kind of keep scrolling down, Mark, and I'll just highlight some of these things because I have had questions on a few of these things. And we'll kind of back up and talk about the individual tracks at the end of our session here. This is a great one. This is Zach Luke on the business of small business. And you guys, Zach is a super motivating guy. He's got his own business as well, but he's going to be talking about the authenticity of your business and just getting people motivated and building your brand. It's awesome. I think you guys will really enjoy that. If we keep scrolling down just a little bit more, and that'll be on one of the business days. So there's Zach. He's actually the national sales manager for Rockford. And has been there for a long time. He's a really smart cat. I think you guys will enjoy him. It's going to be a great class. And keep scrolling down. We'll go to the next one, School of Fab. So this is going to be pretty sweet class. This is, probably one of our most popular classes. School of Fab is really a class about high level fabrication, 3D stuff, lighting, kind of a blend of analog and digital mixed together, and some pretty cool instructors, Gary Bell and Matt Schaefer. So that's going to be awesome. They're actually teaching 2 sessions. And they go back to back from 7:30 to 8:50, and then it's like 9 to 10 something. If you keep scrolling down, I think it'll show the times. But there's going to be 2 sessions on this, and you guys do not want to miss what Gary and Matt have to bring to the table. And if you follow them on social and their old-fashioned podcast, you know that these guys are legit and they are truly passionate about their craft. So that's cool. That's coming up. And yeah, there's some more. There's some bios on them. Super good dudes, good friends of mine. And here we go. How about this one? This is appealing to a high net worth clientele. And this is with Larry, Penn, and Miguel. I don't want to talk too much about this because we actually have a guest coming on real quick here. We actually have Larry Penn in our background. He's in the stage, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about his session as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I think you guys will really enjoy this. You guys that are running your business and want to learn more about your brand, this is an amazing class. So pretty cool. And keep scrolling if you don't mind. There's Larry and Miguel. And then we have Chris Pate and Justin Cush. These guys are going to be teaching the modern tech, and they've got a ton of tricks up their sleeves. 2 super passionate guys and wickedly talented as well. So this is kind of a more of a moderate class, not as advanced, but still tons of nuggets, lots of great content, and easy to follow along. I think you guys will like this session as well. It's definitely kind of a blend of different things. And I'll explain the classes a little bit more in just a second. So we'll keep rolling.
Yeah, I think as we're going through each of these, kind of the thing to pay attention to is that main logo, because that kind of indicates what course each of these, or what track each of these different courses is within. So
yeah, for sure. So let's talk about this. This is Mr. Dave Can Dig It. And funny enough, he actually called me about a half hour ago, and we were talking about his session and how he wants to kind of execute against this. And if you guys don't know Dave, He's got a TV show called Bitchin' Rides, but he also has a pretty amazing, iconic shop in Salt Lake City, Utah, and he builds some of the most high level vehicles out there. I mean, he's right up there with Chip Foose and a lot of other top tier builders in the world. And we're lucky enough to have him as a keynote presenter. So we're gonna have one of his vehicles there. I think it's $900,000 car that they built. It'll be on display and it'll be on our main stage. And Dave will be talking about the build process. He'll have all the build pictures plus the car there with a camera on it, and we thought it'd be cool if actually Dave went through his design process. So he's going to walk you through a blank sheet of paper on how he sketches all the kind of facets of what he does. It's going to be awesome. He's never done this before, and he is just super excited about this. I think from an artistic standpoint, I mean, everybody can agree he's one of the best in the world. So
And
that is going to be special.
definitely. And just to clarify, so that's something that does not fall into a certain track. So everyone that goes to the show will be able to attend that, correct?
Yes, that's correct. If you have a guest pass, you'll be able to see Dave and in kind of his presentation on the main stage. It's going to be really cool. So I'm excited for this. All
Yeah.
right. And we'll go down a little bit more and then we'll kind of switch gears here. We got our School of Fab in there, like we talked about. Uh, we've got Mr. Mark Fukuda who'll be doing a keynote address. Mark is going to talk some really strategic things on where he's gotten in his career. And this van that you see in the background has been iconic. Some of you hardcore Rockford and just car audio guys know this van. It really set the tone for a lot of people back in the early 90s, and it really changed the game. He's going to have it there, period. Correct. And that means there's no new product. It's going to be exactly like it was built. I think it was in 1994, which is pretty amazing, with a symmetry that's the only one on the planet that actually works to date. But it'll be playing, and he's really excited to bring it out. So we're bringing this out. It hasn't ever been seen a show in decades, so it's pretty cool. And Mark will be really kind of giving his sight on the industry and tips for success. I think you guys will enjoy this. This is a pretty cool thing as well. So.
Nice.
So yeah, Mark, that's a lot of it. I mean, we got a lot of other stuff happening. We got our build off happening, and I'll talk more about that in just a few. Um, but yeah, it's been exciting, and we have more. So we actually have, I don't know, I think a half a dozen more pairs of presenters coming, and a couple of surprises for you guys in the next few weeks on who is actually going to be at the show and what they're teaching. So I want you to know that we've hand selected each one of these presenters. None of it is by accident. It is all strategic, and we've picked them because this is their strong suit on what they're teaching on. I always look at this from an attendee standpoint, Mark. I want this to be the best show for the attendees as we possibly can do. And so by doing that, we feel that people are going to learn the most, you're going to get the most out of it. And it's just going to be have the most value proposition that we can offer in such a short time period. It's going to be a lot of fun. So super
Definitely.
excited.
Yeah, I was just gonna say too. So the one track that there really hasn't been like a news release on yet is the master design. At least there wasn't one on there that I caught. Was
Oh
there?
yeah, it must be not updated, but yeah. So Jeremy Carlson and Matt Val, yeah, and
Yep.
then you and I are gonna do one, and we got Tom Miller. He's gonna be on there as well, and others. And we just haven't released those yet. So there's gonna be a huge thing on the CAD session coming up shortly. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Did you want to talk a little bit about the educational workshop part of the site? Those.
Let's just jump over there real quick. Let's go to the education tab real quick. And this will kind of give you a better overlay of this. So since we're on this topic here, you basically have four topic matters to choose from, okay? And I guess this is we've had some confusion on this. I want to go to all four. Well, we only have 2 days of education training. So you have to pick two. And so that's why they're paired together. And then we'll kind of repeat this for next year. And I just kind of gave it away that we are doing a 23 show 100%. We've secured the dates, it's locked down, it's good. So if you don't get the class you want this year, we will repeat it. And we also will have a variation of this maybe in our in-person trainings here at our facility once we kind of go back to our normal training schedule. So there'll be variations of it. So don't feel bad if you do miss a class. And I also, Mark, we are going to do like a recap of some of the other. If you take Modern Tech, we will do a recap of Master Design for the Modern Tech guys, so they are up to speed on what's going on. But like I said, you're going to pick two classes. So let's say we pick Modern Tech and School of Fab. Then those are your two tracks for day one and day two. And this kind of gives you, those are just kind of brief overviews, but there's 4 sessions under each tab. And the key thing here is to understand is they progressively get more difficult throughout the day, and that one topic matter continues. So it's a 101, a 202, a 303, and so on. And that way it's a progression. So at the end of the day, you're fully immersed in that topic, and all the subject matter is cohesive. All the presenters are presenting in a cohesive manner where it doesn't jump around and you just do this and that. And we all kind of felt as a team that it was smarter to have one topic for the entire day, but then have these 4 specialized sessions in each one. So that's kind of the strategy here. Hey, Mark, go down and let's just uh, click on that. So it says, I want to purchase this. If you click on that, this will give you a more detailed variation of the time, where the class is at, and a kind of a nice description and some bullet points on what you're going to learn from these guys. If you actually click on, I want to purchase this. So let's just say we want to buy it. I just want to show how it pairs them together. So you just scroll down, keep going, and there you go. So now here is the 4, it's actually 6 pairings of all of those combinations of classes that you can pick. So Modern Tech, School of Fab, and it has every combination you could pick. So that's why you need to pick 2, and then that's your courses for day 1, day 2, Monday and Tuesday, and you will actually get a wristband for each day. So that's really cool. So the wristband for our class, we picked Modern Tech. You're going to have a red wristband, and then the second day you'll get a green wristband, and that wristband will give you access to that class, and you only that class. So it just keeps everybody organized, and then we know the count. I will tell you guys that we are getting very close on 2 of the classes, very close. We're down to maybe 30, 40 people. So if you are considering it, I would lock it down because those classes will become sold out
Yeah,
soon.
we'll start to see some of these options go away, some of these
Yes.
combinations. So,
Yep.
and just to clarify, so right here on this screen, you wouldn't be picking 2 of these different options. You need to decide what combination you like, and then that's the one that you're going to select.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It's a pair, and it's a day 1, day 2 paired together.
Yep. And then also to clarify, so all these classes, they're all at the same convention center. So it's not like you're traveling to different locations or anything like that. Everything is all there on site. So
It is on property, and that's the cool thing, Mark, is we've actually been able to secure the entire facility. That's the hotel, and the entire event is ours. There's no other events happening at all, and it's all connected. So all these training halls, and they're beautiful, by the way. They just renovated the Mesa Convention Center. It's has the latest AV equipment. Everything is super nice. So and we'll have awesome signage, so it'll tell you where to go, what time. We'll have coffee and water, and I'll be in between, lots of breaks. It'll be nice. I think everybody's going to really enjoy it. Long days, but
yeah,
they are packed, and we're there for one reason, to elevate our game, to reset our skill set. Correct?
that's right. But there is going to be some extracurriculars going on at this event too, which I know we're excited to talk about a little bit more later here
Yeah.
on the show. So
Yeah.
did
Hey,
you?
so yeah, let's kind of segue into that, Mark. why don't you go to let's show these guys the new map. I know some of you guys have seen this on our social, and let's talk about our exhibitors, our manufacturers. And this is what's super exciting is to have these guys a part of it. And if you click on that plus button in the center there, it will expand. Yep, there you go. It will expand the whole floor plan. And if you look at that, we've actually doubled the size of the entire event. Um,
Yeah, I remember
yeah,
at the start it was just this.
yeah. So how cool is that? So we've added this outdoor plaza, and it's really cool. It's like an Art Deco. Actually, Frank Lloyd Wright is the designer for kind of that terrace out there. But it's all super cool. It's going to be fenced in, so it's secured. Actually, nobody else can even walk into our event without that wristband. And outside, we have some pretty high level stuff. We've got a couple big semis out there. We've got all kinds of high level demo cars. And I think sometimes we always forget about we go to these shows, it's really about the cars. That's why like SEMA is one of my favorite shows is because there's so many cars to look at. And I thought that was such a key element. So you're going to have hot rod vehicles, you're going to have manufacturer support, you're going to have all kinds of stuff outside that is truly going to be something to look at, listen to, check out, and look at the build quality on it. It's going to be awesome.
Nice. Hey, real quick, while we're still kind of close to the same topic, so a couple questions came up. One question: if we already have our tickets, how do we know what times to show up to? So I'm guessing before the event there'll be an informational type email sent out, or
Yes. Yep. There's several ways to get that timeline. If you look at the schedule under education, it is on there. Yeah. So let's just go to that real quick. I
sorry,
think
where
that's
at?
attendee and then schedule.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
So here's a matrix of all your stuff, and this is super important to know. Let's just talk about that real quick since we're here. We might as well just talk about it. So go up a little bit to the top there,
Yeah, and
Mark.
I think understanding the schedule kind of clears up everything too, as far as like what classes there are and when you're attending and everything. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So so the show starts on Sunday, March 6th. And this is the official start of it. It's at 5:30, and this is a welcome reception. You go into those front doors at that Delta Hotel, and we have secured the entire thing. There's not one room in that hotel that belongs to anyone else other than us. You're gonna walk in and you get your credentials. You get a swag bag, you get your wristband, you get your lanyard, and that's your credentials to go anywhere. You have to have that stuff to kind of gain access to any of the other parts of the event. And then we're going to have all kinds of stuff going on. We've got live music, we've got a full bar, and dinner is all served, and it's just a huge party with everybody there. We want you to come. So plan on flying on Sunday and trying to get there before 5:30. It's super important to get kind of registered and checked in. All this is a party. We want you to come and hang out and just chill out at the Delta Hotel with us. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Next day, Monday. This is your education tracks, and I hope this helps answer the question. Is class starts at 7:30? I know that's early, especially for you East Coast. Well, some of you guys, that's not really for East Coast, but some of you West Coast dudes or Hawaii guys, that's really early for Hawaii. Um, you're going to put your red wristband on, and then you're going to go to Modern Tech, and you follow the colors of where your class is at. So Modern Tech is in the main hall. You have a break, and then you go to 9:10 to 10:40. That's in the Palo Verde 1 and 2, and you're there for 2 sessions, and then you end in the theater, and that's day one. And then you would go to day two and scroll down to day two, and let's say you're a School of Fab guy on day two, and now you're in a different matrix of room. You're in Palo Verde 1 and 2 in the morning. Mid morning you're in the main hall. And then if you look, this is a little bit of a change in our schedule. We wanted to block out that last part for Dave Can Dig It. That's when he's going to do his live thing, and I just didn't want to have that fourth session conflict with that. So Dave's going to basically take over from 4:30 to 6 and do that live rendering. You do not want to miss this. This will be probably a once in a lifetime deal. I don't know if he'll ever do it again. So that's a big deal. So don't miss Dave. That's for everybody, like Mark said. And then the last day, is
That's your fourth
or this
session.
okay, yeah, that's your fourth session in the morning, and it's going to have whatever last class you had. Like that, for example, if you're a modern tech, that deep dive will be in the theater. And when we say the theater, guys, this is 160 seated, acoustically perfect theater, like an auditorium style. It's amazing. It's awesome. It has a full stage. It's acoustically, like, it sounds really good with the latest AV stuff. So it's going to be awesome. And we'll have some manufacturer trainings. Actually, every single night we'll have night school, and then we'll have two sessions that morning, and then we'll end our keynote with Mark Fukuda and somebody else I cannot say just yet, and then our build off awards. So the guys that win the build off, and then you guys, every attendee actually gets a certificate of attendance saying that you completed the MasterTech Expo, and I think that's going to be pretty special. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice. So for people planning their flights, we talked about you definitely want to be there earlier in the day on Sunday. What about when should you plan on leaving, flying
Yeah.
home?
So if you're on the West Coast, you can fly out Wednesday afternoon. If you're on the East Coast, you're probably going to need to fly out Thursday morning, the 10th. So
Mhm.
fly in Sunday the 6th, be there before 5, fly out Wednesday night or Thursday morning the 10th.
Yep.
Okay?
Cool.
And by the way, you see the lunch there, guys. This is all inclusive. We want you to have everything you need with your kind of experience. It's a nice buffet that we're providing for everybody
On each
um,
day.
on
Yep.
every single day. It's going to be really nice. So we got food and drinks on us, and it's part of your experience. So just know that we're really thinking of this from an attendee standpoint. Is every minute you're there counts 100%.
Yep. No, I like that a lot. You're not having to worry about going off campus or anything like that. It's all taken care of and good to go.
Yep, 100%. All right. Well, hey, Mark, we've been talking a lot more than we thought we would.
Yeah.
Let's bring in our first guest. So I'll let
Which
you
is who?
introduce.
No, you
Uh,
introduce because I don't know who you want first.
let's bring in Mr. Larry Penn
All
from
right.
MSC.
There he
Hey
is.
guys,
Hey, Larry.
Hey,
how you doing
Larry,
tonight?
doing
Good.
great, doing great,
Awesome.
man. Look at you flying your colors. Well, you guys do an awesome job of branding.
Always got to be your brand, man. It's the image that counts.
Cool.
So we're super excited about the show. I mean, I feel like a little kid at a candy store right now, going through all that stuff. And one of the things that you didn't say that I think is super important with Mr. Kindig is tell him about the screens, Brian. If
Oh my
you're going to
gosh.
see this guy sketching, tell him about
Yeah.
the screens.
So look, guys, we didn't mention this, but we have spent a grip on the AV. The audio and the video for the show is going to be off the charts. We have two 10K projectors on a 9 foot by 16 foot screen with a full JBL sound system on for our main stage. It's going to be off the charts. It's going to be, I think, special.
So what
Nice.
you're saying is I'll be able to see him sketch stuff.
I think you'll see the ballpoint of the pen.
No, that's awesome. Uh, Being at Mobile Solutions for your training there, Brian, and presenting at a couple of them, this just takes it to another level altogether. And since we've been talking about this, MSC is thrilled to be part of this. And this is our hometown of our U.S. office. We're based in Mesa, and this is at the Mesa Convention Center. So hang on. That's all I got to say. We have a great time at shows. We love interacting with our dealer partners and soon to be dealer partners. So we got a lot of cool stuff planned for this event.
Awesome. Well, so Larry, kind of walk us through some of the days. So Sunday night, what are you guys going to be at our party?
We're gonna be the party man. No, I'm just kidding. We are all about music. We always have throughout my career. It's always been about live music and creating that experience in the car. That's our job. Creating the goosebumps on the arms and the smiles on the face. And so when you told me about this party coming together, the one thing we wanted to contribute to everybody that's going to be there is the live music experience. So we got a
Nice.
guy, you may have seen him on TV once or twice. Um, so he's going to rock the place down. We got lighting, we got a real kick-ass audio system. So you got to come. It's you and your other sponsors have created the venue and the drinks and the food. We created the music. We got a live lounge where you can come and sit down and meet with us after the event and kind of just hang out. It's right on the courtyard. I just can't think of another opportunity or another venue where there's this kind of excitement going on. Think about it. You roll in off the plane, you come down, you get a drink in your hand, some food in the other hand, listening to music, and then come down and chat with us. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that. And it's free. It's with your ticket.
Yeah.
So it's just an awesome opportunity. And with the lunches every day and everything, it's just a great event.
Awesome. Well, that's super cool. Yeah, we've got some great support for this party. It's like I said, it's outside by the pool, and it's on a couple different terraces. It's with the cool lighting and stuff. It's going to be a nice vibe, and I think
Yeah.
everybody's really going to enjoy it. And our goal is to get everybody to talk, to interact, to mingle, and that I think there's a ton of power with just conversing with other colleagues and other professionals. I hear more people say, "Man, that was priceless, that conversation I had." So I think that
Yes.
that's always super cool is the interactive part with other guys. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
ladies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so Larry, talk to us about maybe some of your trainings. I know you guys have planned to do some night school. What's your night school look like?
Yeah, Jason Digos from our Mesa office and myself were there touring the facility. First class is not a word for it. City of Mesa has done an unbelievable job in renovating this venue. It feels brand new. I'm a new guy. I like new stuff. And when I walked into that theater where we're going to be presenting, I just looked at Jason. I said, "Man, we should just live here. This is you won't find a better way to present what we're presenting." And with that, we've got a lot of cool stuff planned that we can't let the cat out of the bag yet. But part of that will be training on some of our new feature sets in over 2 dozen product introductions from AudioTech Fisher this year, as well as Blam products and Stinger products. We have Julian, the CEO of AudioTech Fisher, coming in from Germany. Florian, the guy who does all of our DSP technology and programming, he's coming. We got Guy Bonneville, the president of Blam Audio out of France, making the trip from France. We have the two brothers, the Stinger brothers, coming from the Netherlands with Stinger
Wow.
Radar, all to sit down and educate you guys. So the training in the theater is going to be great, but also on the show floor, which I don't want you guys to forget about. You guys have done an amazing job on the technical aspects of the training, but we're also going to open your eyes on the show floor because we're going to have these people there. So you ever wondered a little thing about our DSP? You are going to come and meet the dude who built your DSP and who owns the company and meet with our team. And if you leave there without a question asked, answered, I'll be very, very surprised. So fingers crossed that there's no travel restrictions because they're all gung ho to go and everything's a go as of right now. So we're pretty fired up for that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, that sounds amazing, Larry. Hey, how about outside? Are you guys going to have some cool stuff outside?
Yeah, we're just putting the finishing touches on transportation. For those of you who don't know, our head office is in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So we have over $1 million of demo cars showing up to that event. Actually, a little bit more than that. One of those vehicles is almost worth that much in itself. Special exotic that's very rare. We've got a trio of Ford F-150, 250, and 350. And I want to thank Pat Lee from Certified Auto Sound that's driving all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia with his new creation.
Wow.
You won't want to miss that because he's done a pretty cool job. And then we'll have our new systems by MSC F-150 there to demo. It's going to be cool, and some other real special stuff. But we got to hold something back. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
what
yeah,
we're
yeah.
saying is it's going to, as you said, it's going to be a party. It's going to be fun. It's going to be educational. It's going to be everything. We are all in with this to make sure that you come to that show, you're one of our well, whether you're a dealer partner or not, you're going to get the same exposure that everybody else is going to get, and we are not going to disappoint with the level of effort and time and money we're spending on this event.
That sounds amazing. Thank you, Larry. Hey, you know what's super cool is that is kind of our common goal for everybody is we're all one family. We are our one big team. We're one family, and I really want that team atmosphere. Is doesn't matter, what color shirt you got on. We're all trying to do the same thing, and that's, you know, elevate our game in every facet we can. So I think that's super cool.
Yeah, I think after the 3 days of this, if you leave not more prepared, better educated, and yeah, just more prepared to be better in your business. One of the trainings we didn't talk about, Brian, was in the business track.
That's true.
We're our retail proof of concept store here in Calgary. We do a lot of business with high-end auto manufacturers. You've been up to the store a couple times, and we've gone to the dealerships. And when you'd asked me about presenting something like that, I said, why don't we just cut to the chase and bring the dude that's responsible for some of the most prestigious brands in Calgary here. He's the general sales manager for Grand Touring Automobiles in Calgary. So that's Lamborghini, Bentley, Aston Martin, Koenigsegg. The list goes on and on and on. So he's going to
Bugatti.
join me, and we're going to talk to you guys, all the attendees there, for the hour of what makes a high-end, prestigious automotive dealer tick, what's important to them, how they have to interact with the factory, and how you guys can do a better job of associating yourselves with those dealers. So you don't have to be, we want you to be the unexpected. And that's what we're calling this course, is become the unexpected. We don't want you to be the expected 12-volt car stereo store. We want you to be the mobile electronics engineers that can take these cars in, be proud of what you do, have faith in what you do, and make sure you deliver something that is beyond, out of this world, and knowing how that relationship, what's the gear set that you need to make sure you're super tight with these guys. So Miguel is taking the time away from the dealership to jump on a plane with me and fly down to Phoenix and spend an hour with our family discussing what makes them tick.
Love it, man. I'm getting excited. It's gonna be great.
Me too.
Well, that is awesome news, Larry. Man, we cannot thank you guys enough for your support and being a partner in this. And it's going to be great. We're just going to push and make this thing amazing.
Well, like all your partners, Brian, every one of your vendors that are there, first class, to be associated with the group of people, manufacturers you got there, we're super proud. Thanks for the invite to the event, and thanks for making us part of it.
All right. Hey, thanks, Larry. Talk to you soon, huh?
All right. Ciao, guys.
Ciao. See ya.
So we do also have thanks for joining, Larry. Appreciate it.
You bet, Mark. Thank you.
So we do have another special guest. So don't leave us yet. You want to go ahead and give another intro, Brian?
Yeah. So I want to introduce a good friend of mine from a long time, many years. And this guy he's known for being just wickedly crazy talented. So without further ado, Mr. Gary Bell.
I'm not quite as enthusiastic as your last guest.
What's up, Gary?
What's going on? I feel really loud in this room. I took the carpet out and now I'm loud.
It's good. It's good. You're
Good.
fine. So Gary, you and I have been talking about this crazy concept, this education circus, if we will, for quite a while. So kind of what's your take on everything right now?
I'm super pumped with what everybody kind of contributed and came up with, and this plan that we have where you can pick the track and really dive deep into a bunch of subjects and stay focused on one thing all day long, and then the next day reset and expand those capabilities. It's really a solid plan, and I think it's going to be good. It's really the first thing we've ever done like this. I mean, how many trainings have you done at your shop? How many trainings have we done on the road? And both in the mobile solutions realm, and then when we used to work for manufacturers doing trainings and that kind of stuff, and I've never seen anything that comes close to this. It just it puts it all together in a way that's never been seen, and you can see how pumped even Larry, like, I mean, I want to go run laps now after listening to Larry talk. For those of you guys out there that don't get to see kind of the behind the scenes working, when Bryan first started kind of behind the scenes, I hope I don't give too much away here, but when Bryan called me with one of these like crazy ideas one day, I don't know, it's probably, I don't know, what's it been, a year and a half, almost
it's a
2
year and
years
a half
ago?
in the planning. Yep.
Yeah. And Bryan calls me one day and he's like, no, I'm going to push these guys. I'm not going to let the manufacturers just get away with like a normal stupid training. Like we're going to push them to do something crazy. So it's good to see Larry just like pumped. Like, I mean, I don't think it takes a lot to trigger him, but he's definitely pumped, and it's good to see the manufacturers getting really behind it. I can't wait to see what like Zach and those guys do to really push.
Yeah, everybody's coming to the table. I mean, all of them, every single manufacturer has called me and said, "Hey, what do you think of this? We've never done it before. We're going to have a car halfway ripped apart, or we're doing this, or we want to just do something completely different than we've ever done before." And that's pretty special. I think that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's definitely next level stuff. And, I always joke that we always get into trouble when we get together, and this group of guys and the instructors tend to push each other and in a good way. It's good for us to empty our bag of tricks, and you guys get to see the stuff we've been keeping secret, but we're trying to outdo each other. So like Chris Pate might show something that like we haven't seen before, and so now we got to show him something. Like, I'm going to show you guys this, and it always just kind of snowballs, and that's how we empty our bags. And we need to empty our bags because that's what makes us go back and refresh to push the edge next time. So yeah, Maddie's got a ton of stuff too.
Oh man, it's there's just so much. So hey, let's give these guys an insight on kind of our our team, if you will, of presenters, how we've kind of constructed this, because we really have a committee, and you're actually going to be flying out with a few other people in a few weeks. That we've done this multiple times. Um, can you kind of give these guys an insight on kind of your take on how we've made this committee and what we've developed collectively for this strategy, and even into the props and how we're designing?
Yeah, it's tough because I don't want to give too much away, but
Yeah, maybe
we
just a little bit.
basically we've come up with a game plan that we really want to break everything down into small nuggets that are easily digestible. We don't want to put out a 12-course meal and you guys are just like, oh my gosh, a little of this, a little of that. We're trying to break it down into small parts that are easy to digest. At the end of the day, we want you guys to take home and retain as much of this knowledge that we pass on as possible. And we've structured it. We've taken a lot of time and care to structure it in a way that they become building blocks. And by the time you're done, those building blocks, just like Legos, snap together and they make stuff. And that's the goal, is that in your brain, you'll know, hey, I need to grab this block from this section that I learned and this block that I learned from this section. And when you go back into your own shops and you start to create stuff, you'll be just grabbing those blocks and building that stuff. And we plan to like not just break it down and show you those blocks, but you're going to live those blocks.
100%. Yeah. So, I mean, we really can't give too much away, but collectively, we are preparing most of our trainings are all kind of how do we say this? They're engineered so they're all cohesive. So everybody's message builds upon the other one, and we're all talking together instead of everybody kind of on an island and their version of it. It's collectively together, and I think that's the biggest difference, even in our own stuff in past years. And we have one topic, one vehicle that we're working on, a project-based application for the event. Is that safe to say?
I think that's safe to say. Yeah.
When you guys actually see it, it's going to be really cool. So
Yeah, it's gonna make everyone there. And when I say everyone there, I'm saying the manufacturers, the attendees, and the instructors. By the time we're done doing what we do over these days, all of us are gonna sit back and rethink the way we do things, because it's all of us putting those things together that makes it great. We all have our standard process and procedures and the way we build things in our own toolboxes of how we design and engineer and fabricate. And we're going to really focus on grabbing the best bits from everyone that executes at a high level and bringing that and showing everyone how to do that. And it's not just building something. It's the process from step one. It's the process from starting to think about it to delivering something to a customer.
Yep, 100%. So, well, cool. Well, is there anything else you want to kind of add as we kind of summarize this? We've been talking for longer than I was anticipating.
No, I think all good. Pumped and excited to spend a couple days in Arizona and
Yeah.
push this thing to the next level. One more. It's like the roller coaster going up, and we're just one more click, 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 click.
That's
So
right.
we're getting close to the top. So it's cool. We're getting excited as we get close.
That's good.
Hey Brian, we do have a couple of questions I'd
Okay.
like to go through.
Yeah.
So Milton was one of our early adopters of making the purchase and getting signed up, but he just wanted to know, how can he see what he chose, because it was a while ago, so he forgot. Is that in the confirmation email, or?
We will send a confirmation email, and I did update his. Milton did send me a message, so you are updated. I will send you a confirmation of it. So yeah, in the very beginning, the website wasn't as mature as it is now. So now it gives you that confirmation right on your receipt. So we can send that to you, no problem.
Okay, and then Jared was asking for the guest pass. So can you explain a little bit more about that, I guess?
Yeah, so the guest pass, it's $199, and this gives you access to basically everything but the training sessions. So you get the buffet, the lunch, you get to go outside to the plaza, which all the manufacturers are going to have all kinds of like games and giveaways and stuff. You get to see all the manufacturer stuff, the build off, and then you can go to night school. All of the night school classes and the last day manufacturer classes are open to everybody. So that's what's included in that guest pass. It's basically you get lunch and access to everything except going into those special classes with the wristbands.
Yep. Okay. And then so at what point in the day those that are doing the build off?
We haven't talked about the build off that much yet. And so next week we will do the launch of all the teams, and we'll talk about the strategy. The teams have been chosen kind of by committee and other factors, but there's 2 teams each night, or each day basically during the exhibit time, 3 on each side. So imagine 2 teams, 3 guys on each side, and it's like a cooking show. It's like they got to make the best thing they can make with the ingredients that they have within a tight time parameter. And it's going to be really interesting to see what these guys come up with. So to answer the question, 12:30 to I think it's 4:30 is the window, and that is the build off time. And at let's say 4:15, it's going to be pencils down, and you need to be done so we can talk about your project. And then on the last day, Wednesday, we will kind of announce like people's choice on what they liked. I think there's not going to be nothing but rave reviews for everybody. I know that. It's just going to be different styles, if you will. And Gary and I do this all the time. He'll build one thing one way, and I'll build it the other way. They're both right. They're just different, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of like art. There's no wrong way. It's just what your styling design is, and kind of your materials, and what the goal is. So the build off teams will get like a template and a CAD file, at least 30 days prior to the event. So that's coming up pretty quick. And they will need to have their panel have magnet locations in it and then styling that fit in that panel. So it basically is going to go click on this thing that we can't tell you about that Gary was talking about. It's going to go click into that, and they have 4 hours to do it in. So let's go. Let's see who does what, right?
Yeah. I think that's it.
All right. Well, cool.
If anyone else wants to drop a question, give you a few seconds. But yeah, this is every time I hear you guys talk about all the little details here, it just keeps getting more and more exciting. So it's going to be a heck of a show, and I'm excited that you let the cat out of the bag that 2023 is going to have one as well. So
Oh, cool. Well, hey, Mark, let's go back to the website real quick and
Sure.
just walk these guys through this. And Gary, just stay here with us.
where do you want me to go?
So let's say I want to sign up, and there's a couple different options here. Actually want to talk about both, actually all 3 of these. So if you click on this, that's attendee registration. This is the only place to register. This is if you want to take the education tracks. So I'm going to tell you guys, School of Fab and Master Design is almost full. So if you wait and you procrastinate, you're going to see a sold out sign on those 2 classes very soon. So you scroll down after you've kind of read all the juicy stuff about each class, and then you click on it. So just say you're going to click it. There you go. And then and now it'll take you to a field where you add it to the cart, and you're going to put in all your information. Okay. You go to the checkout. So there you go. And now you fill out your field, and then you just continue to check out. That's how you would buy a ticket right there. And then when you come Sunday night, you're going to get a green wristband and you're going to get a blue wristband, and it'll have the date on it. So it'll be day 1 is School of Fab, and day 2 is going to be Master Design, and you wear that wristband for each day. So that way it will get you into the class. You will not have access to the class unless you have the wristband on. So please know that ahead of time, okay? So now let's go to Exhibitor. The Exhibitor, we have offered all of the Exhibitor staff, all of our vendor partners, if you will, have the choice to actually attend class, because a lot of this stuff they want to learn whatever, the business class or the CAD, or they just want to learn whatever acoustics. We've offered this as well to the manufacturers. So you manufacturers watching, I know Jeff Smith's out there. He signed up for a couple classes from Amp of America. These guys are great. Mike Eckley, all the boys down in Florida, they're taking the class. They're signed up for 2 classes, and it's the same thing. You're going to pick 2, and you go through the checkout same way. You'll have your Exhibitor code that's special to your manufacturer, and you guys have already taken care of that in your registration. Okay, so let's go back up. I just want to clarify this because I've had a lot of people call and ask. Now, if you're an exhibitor and maybe you're Tazi from Sony, and you're more of, I want to run the logistics and I don't have time for class. I just want the guest pass, and that's what you would buy here. So all our Sony boys, some are taking the class, some are just getting a guest pass. It's completely optional, and that's your guest pass. You just click that and go through, and you've already registered with your booth. And then the last one is just the guest pass. So if you want to bring your significant other, or if you just want to come check out the show, you're not really sure that you're down to take all these classes, or you just whatever, you just want to check it out, you can take that. That's good for all 3 days. You could come for one of the days if you wanted to, but it is good for all 3 days, and it's lunch every day. Like we said, it includes everything. It's all inclusive, guys. We just want you guys to have the best experience possible, just to kind of across the board. So I hope that helped answer some of the questions out there on registration.
And that gets you into the party the opening night too, right?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect.
That gets you into the party the opening night. 100%. All right. Hey, is there any other questions out there, Mark?
There was just a question about hotel rooms. So all the information for that is on the site too,
Yeah,
right?
let's do that real quick. So click on accommodations. Yep. All right. So what's happened here is if you scroll down, this was the host hotel. Keep going down just a drop till you hit the big one, and that's the Delta. The the Delta Hotel. We reserved this, almost 8-9 months ago, and we did talk about this and say, hey, please book your room ahead of time. And it's typical. Our industry is, I'm going to do it when it's right in front of me. Well, it is sold out, and we actually have secured every room in that damn hotel, so it's completely full. So an alternative, scroll back up to the top. There's all these hotels that are within 3 to 7 miles of the event. The top three are very nice, and they're um, Marriott's and Hyatt's. They are expensive, but you can get other ones. This Days Inn is $170 a night, and then you can start going down the list to more affordable ones that are even in walking distance, or there's a monorail that can actually take you from the airport right to these hotels that's close by. But there's a lot of options there, and these are kind of our recommendations for you guys for hotels. But the host hotel is sold out. It's just it only holds so many, and yeah, it's full. But
There's too many of us.
yeah, hey, stop right there at that sports bar. This is going to be awesome. We've talked to the manager there, and I shouldn't say this, but they're willing to extend their normal hours of 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. if we want. Every single night of our
Wait,
event.
2 p.m. or 2 a.m.?
Or 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Sorry.
2 p.m. the next day. We're going
Yeah,
that
yeah.
crazy.
The next day. Now, yeah. They'll stay out as long as there's a crowd. They'll serve you. So that's kind of cool because a lot of times we get shut down.
And it's
Nice.
it's literally right there, right?
Yeah.
Like it's hotel and convention center are
Yeah.
basically attached, and the sports bar is like in the same parking lot.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if everybody that worked at that place had a MasterTech shirt on. You do get a shirt with your entry. So it'll be a branded shirt. You get a certificate, like I mentioned, and a bunch of other swag that comes with it. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. I think Danny said it best. Ain't no party like a 12-volt party.
That's right. We'll see you soon, Danny. So,
Cool.
all right, guys. Well, hey, it's the top of the hour, and I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you guys for joining, everybody. I hope this helped answer some questions.
Yeah, definitely. There were a couple more questions. I know we're at the end of the hour here. So if people do have questions, what's the best way to reach out?
So just email us at info@mastertechexpo.com, and let's just answer them if they're easy. Let's just take them now. Yep, right there at the contact.
Yeah, I don't have them right now
Yeah.
highlighted, but yeah.
Just email us, and we're happy to help you guys. Send the email over, and I'm happy to answer them for you.
I can see a quick one, Brian, that I think we know the answer to. Does the airport monorail go straight to the hotel? And it goes very close.
It goes 1 block away. So you'd have to drag your suitcase 1 block. But I will tell you the weather is going to be choice. It'll be mid-70s and beautiful. So you guys that live back east or up north, we're happy to have you in Arizona at that time.
Definitely. Cool.
All right.
Looking forward to it, Brian.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right,
Sounds
guys.
good.
Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. We'll catch you guys soon.
All right. See you soon. Take care.